play the imaginatively named Tap Changer. G'day viewers, how you doing? This scenario is supposed to be really, really hard. Go talk to this bloke. Okay. Yep, overtime, follow a train, chase all the way. Good-o. Alright then, what are we going to do while we wait? We could get a coffee. No, they've already gone home. That's a bummer. We could steal some mints. No, already done it. What else is there to do around here? Some point of 47 will turn up. Why? Always does. There it is right there. Blurry 47457. Mid-reno, methinks. Kinda cool. Double header. Here's something I always wanted to try. Actually, it'd only work if it was a single platform, I think. Nah, you can't get up on it. It's worth a try, though. Ooh, little bay. Secrets. Well, here's the one we're going to be chasing. This is the Glasgow. It's the city of Manchester. Very good. Mine should be along soon. Let's come around here to the secret drop spot. We can watch them. There they are. I'm not actually sure if they're spawning here or falling out of the stairs. I haven't quite figured that out. But anyway. Is that my train? Not yet. It'll be on its way any moment. It's a bit snowy, a bit damp. Hey, why does the snow stop there? Not up there where the roof is. It was a bit adventurous from the 47 and the other platform there. Fair enough. Here comes mine. Which one are we going to get? Well, see you later then. See you at the other end, mate. Which one did we get? We got the Royal Scot. Well, that's appropriate. Alright. There we go. She's disappeared. We can get in. Climb in. Shut the door. Change ends. Lever is already on. Let's turn on AWS. Sit in the chair. Push the button. Set the master key to on. It's there. Set that thing to forwards. First application on the train brake. Very good. It's not liking rail drivers today, but that's okay. I think I've done that. No, I haven't. I lied. What else needs to be turned on here? Headlights and markers are already on. We might want some instrument lights. Warm air switch. I surely want a warm air switch. Tail lights we do not want. Alrighty. Not much to do, but wait 30 seconds. Not going to turn on vigilance. It's too annoying. It's the whole point of it, I suppose, but it's just too annoying. Alright. We shall pick up the rail driver controller for the rest of this. I'd better turn off the rail driver so it doesn't get confused. Because it will. And it's pretty much time to lock the doors. Now, of course, they say this is really hard, right? But you should actually go to charge and release, not running. And they reckon this is really hard, and I reckon if you went out of here like a bat out of hell, it probably would be. But, you know, there's no need to go out like a bat out of hell, really. Let's go out nice and gentle. Just run her up in the green. That'll do. Because after all, you are, of course, chasing another train, so why make your life hard by getting up close to it? Besides, we can't accelerate as hard as the AIs do anyway. Good English headlights here. I mean, they're on. Bit of arcing going on there, I think. Bit of quality arcing. So if we only go at this acceleration, give the other one a chance to get ahead. Let's give it a bit more stick. That'll do. On about half power now. Still accelerating, same plan as before. I suppose this could be a bit of a challenge if you got stopped on Shap. Hey, I should be well up to 100 by now. Just letting it draw ahead. Because this is the way you would drive in bad circumstances if you knew there was another train out in front of you. It's just normal. A bit more power now. Not enough to slip, but enough to accelerate, so we can start closing the gap a little in speed. Plenty of bridges through there. Now neutral zones might be a little bit of an issue cruising along in the dark. Keep an eye out for the signs. But I might just minimise that incredibly bright window next to me. Let the other one get far enough ahead now. Let's give it some more welly. Up to 80% now. I think it's time to go for the max. And we'll see our little indicator there. It's on 100 at the moment. If I just zoom in over there, we'll see it bump up to weak field. Oh, there we go. That's the max. That's all the welly it can have. Now it's going to keep an eye on our speed, and if we do actually get a yellow signal, not just on track monitor, then we'll slow down again to make sure we're not chasing yellows, because that's not what we want. 15 miles to Lancaster. So if they keep doing that, going green just before I see them, I'll be happy. 105, let's start running her down a bit. Come back to down to about 60% power, I think, although we are going down hills. Why don't we go down to 40%? Go, that'll do, hold there, 40%. See what that does with the speed. I'm happy at 105 because the AI will do spot on 110. And you've got to remember, you don't want to be too close to him because he's going to stop in the stations. And then you'll just end up sitting at a red outside the station, which could happen anyway. Green. Don't really dare do the external shots because I'm watching for neutral zone signs. Mind you, at 40% power it shouldn't do anything anyway, and if we do go through one. In fact, there's one there, so we go to run down. Didn't get the warning for that. Didn't see the warning sign, I don't think. But the power went off, the power is back on, and now we can run up again. I'll go up to about 50% or so. That's about where the traction motors will start doing some work. It's a bit dark, isn't it? Apart from when we arc overhead. Another double-headed freight. Popular at night time. Speed's down to 95, so I'm going to give it a little bit more. Go up to about 70. There we go, we're starting to pick up speed again. Good to see. Glad I didn't stream this one because there's not a lot to see. Combination of dark and snow. Here's hope I can get to the end of this run before I have to go back to the bowl. Because I've been taking the preparation for the internal inspection and oil change. Which reminds me, I need to drink water. Still staying on the yellows, which is pretty good. Just ahead of them. Well, they're just ahead of me, rather. Six miles out of Lancaster. I think there's an approach control signal for Lancaster, so could be worth slowing down before we get there, because some of these yellows might be a bit real. Ooh, that was a bit rock and roll. It's more or less flat into Lancaster, and we get down to about 4.5 miles. I'll stop powering, I think. Sounded pretty nice. There you go. Let's go into rundown. Because the other train will be stopping at Lancaster, so I'm going to want to start slowing down. Because it'll be in the platform for a minute or so. Just giving it a light brake application. Looks like we're really going to get a yellow coming up. That red's not for me, it's fine. Double yellow. AWS. Pretty happy with the rate we're slowing down. We'll either get a single or another double on the next one, depends how far ahead the other train really is. So I'm going to drive like it's a single, which I think it is. Single yellow it is by the looks, yes. Which means the next one will be red. Come off the brakes, because 90's a pretty safe place to be. Go back into hold for the power controller as well. You might ask why I don't just keep going at the speed limit. The reality is, you know, there's another train in front of you that's only a couple of minutes away that will stop in the station for at least a minute, so there's no point. We definitely do have a red coming up. Will it approach control or will it stop me? That's the question. It's going to stop me, I think. There we go. I'll be waiting for the other train sitting in the platform now, and I will be right back. Not that you'll know there's much of a break. from the Bowl of Doom. So we have a quick look at the map. My guess is up in front of us, up here somewhere, is Lancaster Station. And it's got a train in it, would be my bet. No, perhaps not. Might have just left though. Oh, there it is. Yeah, so it's only just left. Alright. So we do indeed have a signal to proceed. Just keep her in the green since it's in the snow, and we're going to have to go pretty slow for the track change anyway. One down and off. Quick squirt on the brakes. Now it is pretty steep down into here, so we'll stay on the brakes for a little while. Roll it into the platform. The other one's already making good pace because we've got a green at the end there. One over there and a pacer sitting in this platform. Just let it crawl that last little bit. Gravity taking care of us. It should do about there. And left door's open. At least it's got its lights on. It might leave soon too. Off we go to Tintin's favourite station, Oxenholme. Give it a couple of dot shops. Imagine the delivery designers looking at this mixed up mess, cringing. Never mind. Oh, we're only supposed to be doing 15, huh? Well. Yep, gratuitous bridge shot. Not that you can see much of it in the dark, but you actually might. Oops, hit a roof. Shadows. Not much more than shadows. Something else going the other way. Alright, I think we should rudder up for a little while. Probably about halfway through the yellows, it'd be good. About there. A little bit slippy there, so she put a little bit of brakes on. She does that herself, you don't need to worry about it. "17 miles to Oxenholme." Let's run her up to 80. There we go. Remember, we're still letting that other train get a little bit further out in front of us for the same reasons we did it before. Oop, neutral zone. Didn't even get a chance. That's okay, the power's come back on. When it finishes notching down, I'll run it up again. We should be able to run it back up now. This speed we should be able to pretty safely go straight back up to full speed, I think. Jump her up to full weak field, there we go. Let her stretch her big legs out. As we fly through each of these communities, there's a bit of a blur in the night. Starting to ascend slightly. Oh, I can see a red coming. Oh, solved. We're up to 110 now, so I'll run her down a bit. Ooh, and I think we just... Did we neutral zone it? No, I actually... Oops, I went to off. Never mind. And that signal's only just gone yellow, so... Or just gone green, rather, so I'm actually going to slow down a little bit, because we're obviously up the bum of the other train. So let's pull it back to 100. That'll do. I better start running her up. Otherwise this gradient's going to slow us down a bit too much. Take it back up to 50% and hold there. That'll do. If you're going into the run-up position, you actually have to hold the button on the controller. If you're going to run down, and if you do the same thing, you end up in off, which risks blowing the circuit breaker, which is not ideal. Green light. We're over the top of that little hill. I'm still deliberately doing 84, 85 or so, just to... Excuse the hair in my nose making it itchy. No, there's something on my nose making it itchy. Okay. But, 85, that'll do. Just to give the other train some space. And we're not too far from Oxenholme now. We're, what, about halfway there? Just looking at the time, it's almost time to take my next dose of the shit rocket powder. Because of family history, I have an internal inspection every few years. Don't put it off when your doctor says do it. It's not a good experience, but it's necessary. Much better than not being around for your people in a future day. Green light. Gradually creeping her way up towards 90, and I've been letting her do it. Because the other one will be well ahead by now. 6 miles to Oxenholme. Home of Tintin 57. Fellow ambassador, who usually drives straight through it. The rest of us Nebworth things. Tintin Oxenholme's things. I do see those yellows in the track monitor seem to be persisting a little more than expected. Same as last time, about 4 miles out, I will run down. 4.5 or so, although we are starting to go uphill. I was thinking that was a yellow, but it's a house. With a green light. Since we're going up such a steep gradient, I'm keeping the power on, but I am losing speed, and I'm just letting it do that. So it doesn't really worry me at this point. Super squealy. Three miles to Oxenholme, almost 3.7. I think we're going to run down now and just let gravity take care of her. Neutral zone coming up, good timing. Actually saw the advance warning for the sign this time. Gravity's doing a fine job of putting the brakes on, which is good. Start using some actual brakes soon, though. Here's the actual neutral zone, just here. You should see the light go off and come back on again. It's interesting it takes out the headlights. I would have thought they'd be on battery, but I guess not. Alright, let's chuck in some real brakes. That's good. Got us on a good solid drift downwards on the power, or on the speed rather, which is what we need at the moment. A squirt on the brakes. Station's in sight. Looks like a freight that's been sidelined for us. Because of the snow, I'm just keeping the speed down coming into the platforms. Normally I'd come in at about 35 or so. Now what of course would be really funny is if I actually overshot this platform. Because I'm tipping old mate Tintin would probably like that, since I've shit-stirred him a little bit on the way here. There we go. And that'll be near enough, I think. There's no need to try for finesse in the snow. There really isn't. Keep back from the platform edge. Yes, master. Go on the last little stint in a moment to Carlisle. And of course, sometime in that section, we've got to get over the big one. And I have a faint suspicion, I haven't driven this part of the route, but I have a faint suspicion that there is a neutral zone just after leaving here. So I'd best be a little bit careful. Alright, let's get a little bit of spankage happening and get our brakes off. A little bit more spankage. There she goes. A little bit more. Just let her start nice and gently coming out of here. Go up a little bit at a time because we're going uphill and we might have a bit of a slip fest if we're not careful. As long as we keep her in the green, we should be okay, I would think. Just creep that up to 10 mile an hour and then we'll take it up again. She's doing all right. No need to rush. There's no such thing as hurry in railways. Haste? Yes. Hurry? No. Of course, we are starting to climb up the big one now, so let's get a bit more power on. on our way to Penrith. Ooh, we got a bit of slip that time. Let's be a little less adventurous for a little while. The locomotive does cope fairly well with slip by itself. Bearing in mind the AI in front of us will be having the same trouble with the hill. We've gotten up to 50 mile an hour, that's pretty respectable. We're still accelerating pretty well, coming up in 5.5 now. The gradient's slackening off, so let's give it a bit more juice. That'll do for now. Just to build up some momentum. And 85 coming up. Nowhere near there, don't need to worry about it. Green straight through. She is mighty dark. Green light. And I'm just going to run down a little. Probably down to about 60. That'll do, I think. Just hold her there. Because I don't want to get over 80. See how that goes. We are losing a little bit of speed there with both the gradient and the curves, so I think we might just pop one up and another and just see how that goes. If she sits steady, I'll be happy. Super bouncy. Just got an achievement, I think. BSc Route Explorer, apparently. So we need even one more notch because we are still drifting downwards. So we're back up to about 70% now. Reduction to 80 coming up. Don't need to worry about it. Still losing speed too, so I think I might pop one more notch. just to try and stem that tide of speed loss, because that will eat away at our momentum. That seems to have settled it. It's settling at around 73 miles an hour now, which is fine with me. Imagine get set into a siding up here. I suppose it's not such a bad spot with the gradient slackening off. We'll have to watch that. Because we are now heading downwards, so we're going to run down. We've got to keep a close eye on our speed now. As they say, we're on a roll. The curves are helping keep the speed down. We drifted up a little bit, but not much. We seem to have steadied at just under 80 mile an hour. And we can go faster soon anyway, so we'll be all good, I think. Next signal is green, is what that banner repeater was telling me. You can tell because it's on a 45. If it's red, it's horizontal. It mimics the old semaphores, which meant exactly that. 45, go. Horizontal, no. I think that we can safely put on a little bit of power now. Just run her up to about 40% and hold there. That'll do for the moment. Oops. Hold. Hold. I look forward to seeing these hills in daylight. I mean, clearly they're there. Out of the curves now, we can let the speed start drifting back up again. We might even help it a bit. Take it back up to 60. Flying through the darkness here. Oh, warning of a neutral zone. Better get out into the run down. You get a fair bit of warning for a neutral zone, so if you were heavily on the juice, you've got time to come off. Here it is here, so we should see our line light go out in a moment. There they go. And they're back, so we can now run up again just in time to go up a gradient. So let's get her going. Get it straight back up to 60%. Meters at 45. We might just give her a bit more welly, I think. Run her up to 80. I'm just doing a bit at a time though to avoid any slippage. Climbing pretty well. Getting into the steep bit now, so let's just give it some more so we don't lose momentum. Just take it up a little bit at a time so we don't get slippage as well. We're on full beans now. Let's take her up into the weak field territory. If she'll let me, she's slipping a little bit. See how she goes. Let's try again. Yep, that got her, 100%. Now let's see if we can go weak field. Ooh. We went weak field and then we slipped. Give her another crack. We might have to be satisfied with this. There we go. Going up again for weak field, and did not stay there. Slipped. Alright, I think we'll just be happy on 100% on the taps. And we'll see how she goes. She's not going to take going up to weak field, I don't think. I don't think it's really going to matter terribly much. We're got good momentum. We're still accelerating. For those of you who know what this is, I feel sorry for you. It is disgusting. It's like orange flavoured disgusting. .90-mile section coming up, not too worried about it. $100 How about that? Run down a little bit. Hold her about there. I'm just on the speed limit at the moment. Perhaps a touch over. Go back to run down again. All the way down now. Give us the first application. We'll see how that holds. It's looking pretty good. Come off the brakes again. It's actually good that it stays on the rear statics for so long after you come off the brakes, because that gives your air brake time to recharge, which is nice. .80 zone coming up, so first application. Given that we're also going downhill, I'll probably take it down to about 75 before I release. Just to give us a bit of room to move, that'll do. Speed's creeping up again, but it's manageable, so we'll just let it sit. Keep an eye on it. Curves will be eating up a lot of the potential acceleration anyway. To periodically de-ice your brakes, as well as maintaining your speed. Should better just let her roll now, because we're coming up back up into a higher speed section anyway. It's enjoying getting the big arc flashes when we're not using any power or regenerating anything. We'd be pulling a few amps just running the lights and the heaters, but I wouldn't have thought that much. But anyway, that's okay. We're allowed to go up to 100 again now, so we'll just continue letting her creep up, because we're not far from Penrith. And I'm not at all worried about being a bit late, because in these sorts of conditions in reality, they rip the timetable up and throw it out the window. It's where traffic managers and traffic controllers earn their cash. Now that train in front of us will probably also be stopping at Penrith, so I just need to keep that in mind as well. Couple miles out of Penrith now, so we'll start slowing down for the station stop. Nice and gentle. Into Penrith we go. Nicely lit at night time, this one. We're sliding a bit here. Did release the brakes momentarily. Alright, we're going to slide a little bit over, but I think we'll make the objective. Would have ideally have liked to stop just a little bit further back, but that'll do. Just as long as no one gets out there, because that's quite a step. Not much snow on the windows. It looks remarkably like it's not quite released the brakes, but it has. Interesting. Just keep it there in the green, so we don't go slippy slidey. $17 miles to Carlisle. It's interesting, each of these station distances is about 17 or 18 mile, because that's actually the length of the railway I work on. All of it. I'd pop it into the yellow and see how far we'd get, and we got just a touch of slippage when I did that. Same again. Oops. Forgot about the neutral zone. It's alright, we'll just let her run down. When she's ready, we'll bring her back. Seems that if you're not powering hard, it really doesn't matter in this loco, which does jibe pretty well with the operating manual. Because the manual for the 87 says that as long as you're not pulling a full load, powering when you go through the neutral zone, while not ideal, won't really hurt you. And if you've got this far through this video and you're still holding on, I'm impressed. little too adventurous in the notching up there again. I think we might just go up one at a time now. $17 to get 15 miles? No problem. Yeah, like that's ever going to happen. Given we're coming into a downhill stretch, we should actually be able to go weak field, I would have thought. See if we can do it. Pop. There we go, stayed there. Manage a little bit of spirited running and see how we go. That stuff is vile. Green light. Hurtling through the north countryside, or as I've heard it described, the north. Yep, a little bit quick. Now that we're run down, we have reached zero. I can brake. I didn't want to do that while it was running down. You'd think I'd planned that, but no. Gravity doing an excellent job of sucking us down towards Carlisle. Speed's holding pretty steady around 105, 106, so happy with that. In fact, it's holding so steady I don't want to touch it for this 105 zone. I'm just going to leave it and we'll see what happens. As we happily roll along here. I suppose I better touch it for the 85 zone now, hadn't I? busy night. We have 6 miles into Carlisle. Going pretty well. 5 and a bit to go, and 3 minutes, 1 minute, 1 minute, 30 seconds, 30 seconds. Where's my maths? Is it over there? No. There? No. No maths. Sorry. There's no maths to be seen here. Of reassuring tinkles from AWS. Four miles to go. This is actually the first time I've driven the full route length myself. I've let the AI do it a couple of times just to smooth out the shader loading and that sort of thing. Nothing can really tell in the dark. I reckon we'll go in about 3 minutes late at about 46. Some fairly heavy braking coming into Carlisle because we've got a very steep gradient, and I'm guessing we're changing tracks because we've got a 20 up there. There's the warning for the 20. We'll be fine. Got a yellow coming up too. And a neutral zone. Since we've got a warning for a neutral zone coming up, I'm going to brake here. Just about there. Off the brakes through the neutral zone. Don't know that you need to, but I did. AWS warning about the yellow. Coming into platform 3 here at Carlisle. Welcome to Carlisle. I was a little bit out on my 46 because it's 47. But we are pretty much done. This red's not for me, but the next banner is showing horizontal, so that one is red. There we go. That's the end of the run. I kind of could see that the warnings about it being hard could be true if you don't have the experience of an engineman and knowing that you don't chase the timetable in this sort of circumstance. But, like, yeah, I don't think it's all that difficult, really. It wants me to shut it down, doesn't it? Can't sit in the driver's seat now anyway, but I can still do this. Come on, do that last little bit. Come on, do it. There we go. Shut down and put you into... Oh, you're not quite in off yet. Never mind. Alright, now put you into 0. Master switch off. There we go. Tap changer with platinum. I did go over speed just a tiny bit in a couple of places, but I'm not too upset about that. I think overall a pretty good run there. So what I'd encourage you to do is don't worry too much about holding the timetable. Be close, but don't worry about it too much. Don't be too close to the train in front of you, otherwise you're going to be chasing the yellows, and that's going to be problematic, and that will make your life hard, particularly if you, say, ran into a red on your way up Shap. You'd be, well, let's just say, screwed. Slippy, slippy. All right, have fun, folks. Enjoy yourselves. That'll be it, and we shall see you live tomorrow night, 8 PM Australian Eastern Standard Time. In fact, this will come out after that, so I don't know why I said that. Doesn't matter. Ignore me. All right, bye now.
We played a game.